Here's an in-depth review of the NFL team tiers heading into the 2025 season, incorporating key free agent additions and draft picks. Super Tier 1. Philadelphia Eagles, the reigning Super Bowl champions, are poised for another dominant season. They've retained 10 of 11 offensive starters, including their Super Bowl MVP quarterback and tight end Dallas Goedert. The addition of rookie running back Will Shipley is expected to enhance their backfield. Despite losing defensive players like Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, and Darius Slay in free agency, the Eagles' offense remains a formidable force. 2. Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs have addressed offensive line concerns by signing left tackle Jalen Moore. They've also restructured contracts to create cap space, allowing them to retain key players like linebacker Nick Bolton and wide receivers Marquise Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster. However, the departure of wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to the Ravens leaves a gap in their receiving core. 3. Detroit Lions. The Lions have bolstered their defense by signing nose tackle Roy Lopez. Their offense continues to be led by a strong quarterback-running back duo, and the team aims to build on their previous season success. A Tier 4. Washington Commanders. The Commanders have made significant offensive additions, including wide receiver Deebo Samuel and left tackle Laramie Tunsil. These moves aim to provide stability and explosiveness to their offense. 5. Buffalo Bills. Buffalo's defense has been strengthened with the signings of defensive end Joey Bosa and defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi. They've also added wide receiver Josh Palmer to their receiving core. 6. Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens have added wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins to enhance their passing game. Retaining offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley ensures continued protection for their quarterback. 7. Green Bay Packers. Hosting the 2025 NFL Draft, the Packers selected wide receiver Matthew Golden and offensive tackle Anthony Belton to strengthen their offense. They've also signed guard Aaron Banks to bolster their offensive line. B Tier 8. Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have acquired wide receiver Davante Adams, providing a significant boost to their offense. They've also signed offensive lineman Alaric Jackson to protect their quarterback. 9. Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's defense has been reinforced with the additions of defensive tackles Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. They've also signed running back Aaron Jones and offensive linemen Will Fries and Ryan Kelly to enhance their offense. 10. Houston Texans. The Texans have focused on strengthening their offensive line by signing tackle Cam Robinson and guard Laken Tomlinson. These additions aim to provide better protection for their young quarterback. 11. Cincinnati Bengals. Cincinnati has made strategic moves to improve their defense, including signing undrafted free agent safety Shaquan Loyal. They continue to build around their core offensive players. 12. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have added punter Riley Dixon and defensive lineman Greg Gaines to their special teams and defense, respectively. These moves aim to address specific team needs. Tier 13. Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers have signed running back Najee Harris and wide receiver Mike Williams to enhance their offense. They've also added offensive lineman Bradley Bozeman to protect their quarterback. 14. San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco has seen the departure of several key defensive players, including defensive lineman Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave. They'll need to rely on their existing roster and coaching to maintain competitiveness. 15. Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers have signed running back Kenny Gainwell and cornerback Darius Slay to strengthen their offense and defense, respectively. These additions aim to provide depth and experience. 16. Denver Broncos. Denver has added tight end Evan Ingram and safety Talanoa Hugh Fanga to their roster. These signings aim to enhance both their offensive and defensive units. 17. Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have acquired wide receiver George Pickens and defensive end Peyton Turner to bolster their offense and defense. These moves aim to address key areas of need. 18. Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta has focused on strengthening their defense by drafting edge rushers Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. They've also signed veteran pass rusher Leonard Floyd and safety Xavier Watts to add experience and depth. 19. Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins have added offensive lineman James Daniels and Rob Jones to protect their quarterback. These signings aim to improve their offensive line performance. Tier 20. Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have signed quarterback Daniel Jones and safety Cameron Bynum to address key positions. These additions aim to provide stability and experience. 21. Seattle Seahawks. Seattle has acquired wide receiver Cooper Kupp and defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence to enhance their offense and defense. They've also signed offensive lineman Josh Jones to strengthen their line. 22. Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars have focused on improving their offensive line by signing Patrick McCree and Robert Hainsey. They've also added safety Eric Murray and cornerback Jordan Lewis to their secondary. 23. Chicago Bears. Chicago has bolstered their offensive line by signing center Drew Dalman and guard Tevin Jenkins. They've also added defensive tackle Grady Jarrett to strengthen their defense. 24. Cleveland Browns. The Browns have signed quarterback Joe Flacco and tight end Harold Fannin Jr. These additions aim to provide veteran leadership and depth. 25. Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas has made several roster changes, including signing guard Alex Kappa and linebacker Devin White. They've also acquired quarterback Geno Smith via trade to lead their offense. 26. New England Patriots. The Patriots have been active in free agency, signing wide receiver Stephon Diggs, linebacker Harold Landry, and defensive tackle Milton Williams. These moves aim to revitalize their roster. 27. Arizona Cardinals. Arizona has added edge rusher Josh Sweat and defensive tackle Calais Campbell to strengthen their defense. They've also signed offensive lineman Evan Brown to bolster their line. F Tier 28. New York Giants. The Giants have signed quarterback Russell Wilson and safety Jevon Holland to address key positions. However, questions remain about their overall roster depth and competitiveness. 29. New York Jets. The Jets have acquired quarterback Justin Fields and offensive lineman Josh Myers to strengthen their offense. Despite these additions, they face challenges in improving their overall performance. 30. Tennessee Titans. Tennessee focused on enhancing their offensive line and added depth to their defense in the draft. 31. New Orleans Saints. The Saints are reportedly considering signing QB Aaron Rodgers after Derek Carr's retirement. They are also targeting Chris Olave to strengthen their offense. 32. Carolina Panthers. Carolina is in a rebuilding phase, focusing on developing their young quarterback and adding talent through the draft.